Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are...
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And a peek at a guy with a lot of experience. His 9th year now in the NFL under center.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
He finds McCoy. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Purdy looking to throw.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Addison hauls it in.
Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball is thrown.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Once more, Purdy looking to throw. Looking for Addison again, and he's got him again.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's 3rd and 3.
It's safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already. I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on 3rd down.
Carlson able to put this one through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive. Able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. At a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw.
That is caught. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up the field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
Finding Gray on the out route.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
The Raiders at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 34-yard line. Back to throw again. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Following the play here, now we've got an injury. Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
This defense for the Broncos, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here, as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. They'll set up to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their 1st one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well. Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Purdy now to throw.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They go play action here on 1st down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Raiders have taken the lead.
Sometimes offense, if you get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 10-3. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos.
Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning.
Here's Purdy.
Throw left side complete. That's Franklin. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff up the middle. Clifford. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
2nd and 10. They go play action here. Purdy. That's taken in by Franklin.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season.
And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. And now they'll shift things around.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving.
False start, offense.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still third down.
And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10. Back to throw.
That throw right side here going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here's 2nd and 3. Throwing here, Purdy.
Dancing to his left. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tours.
Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the third quarter here.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
So here are the Raiders now to take over. They were winners last week in that game against Kansas City, and they are on top right now as well. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 23-yard line.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. And now they're in the hurry up.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and 1.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here.
And this is going to be a Raiders first down as the tackle made at about the 38.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Back to throw here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up.
brings up second and 11 at the 34-yard line.
2nd and 11. Got a man on the right sideline. It's Gray. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders are able to add on to that lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Purdy. He'll get that complete to Franklin.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Purdy looking to throw. Completes this to Addison out left.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Purdy will set up to throw it here.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
Out of the gun, Purdy.
And he's got his big tight end here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
A gain of 15. First down, Broncos.
In motion, the tight end. On 1st down, Clifford. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. Called out a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
Now Purdy. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Back to throw, Purdy.
And a loose football. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 12-yard line. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Purdy from the gun.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Purdy. Over the middle, complete. That's Franklin. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain.
Out is Carlson now for the Raider field goal.
From the left hash. Should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Carlson is good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a 1-score game at 20-13.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And they will regular down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant.
Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15.
And now an audible here into something else.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
Denver's offense ready to go again.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf, dude. That's bottom shelf material. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Throwing on 2nd and long.
Purdy.
And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 42-yard line. Back to throw. Purdy. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted.
And the Raiders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 26.
It's a big play there for Vegas.
54 yards. And you get the sense, as I'm sure they got the sense, they might have picked up a good one here, maybe a little diamond in the rough via trade.
Maybe just need a change in scenery, a new city, maybe different motivation, but they believe they've got a good one.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd down, they'll try and run for it on the draw. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st.
but they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year.
And the Raiders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
He may go. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal.
At the 5-yard line.
And he'll be out of bounds after a short pickup, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Raiders are on their way to a 2-0 start.
Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
The Broncos offense and Brock Purdy getting ready for this next possession. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Franklin. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Purdy. And down he goes. Brought down the Raiders set.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways. He's got his target. That's complete.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Shotgun now with Purdy.
He finds his man, complete. It's Franklin. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
Purdy now to throw.
And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Purdy now to throw off the play action.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown of the night.
And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And it's the Raiders that'll come up with it. And that will put victory in sight for the silver and black. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none.
It's caught at the 10. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, my. You know that's one that he'll want to have back. I mean, he did everything right. Got the linebackers commit on the play action. He just flat out missed.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Back to throw again. Flush to his right. Boy, he almost did that himself, but it looks like he's about a foot or 2 short. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things in.
Run it back. Let's run the numbers up and run it back. You see us out here getting to the bag. Run the numbers up and run it back. Run it back. Let's run the numbers up and run it back. Oh no, will we get the bag? Yeah, don't you get too mad? Run it back.
You getting money, you really don't need to talk about it. Move quiet, you should try it, there's some clout around it. Chase it, and overthinking the process. Outside of the gate, spewing that nonsense. On the phone, he begging women to come out. Back to back, calling until his minutes run out. Begging for loose change and scraping to maintain. Or sipping, and playing with waist chains. I think you get the picture, we outside the frame. Get your Louis Hamilton on swerve lane to lane. On gang. We brainstorm until it rains and we drive a gang. Straight into the Hall of Fame. You need to pay attention. I was 17 and had them shipping the benzine. I was 16 eating steak with Russell Simmons. I was 15 in the basement with a vision. I could
run it back. Let's run the numbers up and run it back. Run it back. Stuff it in your Birkin bag, cause he don't feed with that. So just run it back. Let's run the numbers up and run it back. Run it back. We run the numbers up and run it back. Run it back.
Time to add to the cipher. Time is money, time to run the numbers higher. Learn hustling early, it's hardwired. Total bezel, frozen neck or black attire. $1 million make a follow a messiah. Is you a charlatan or really take them higher? We in demand, distributors and suppliers. Be getting bands and signatures on the flyers. Listen, gotta make moves if you really want it. Desperate Jews eat your food, that's how they be on it. It's a must that we hustle today and escape from round table discussing the way that we get to the rack. Matter the game that you play, I'm just stating the facts. The aim of the game to be caking and making the max. I was 20 with a stack, 19 with a plaque, 18 neck icy with my Kango hat. I told him,
run it back. Let's run the numbers up and run it back. You see us out here getting to the bag. Run the numbers up and run it back. Run it back. Let's run the numbers up and run it back. Oh no, will we get the bag? Yeah, don't you get too mad? Run it back.
Hey, it's Paul. I was listening to the album. Good luck. You're on your own.
Guess who's back? Back again. She's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? 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 Guess who's back?
Well, look what the stork brung. Little baby devil with the forked tongue. And it's sticking out, yeah, like a sore thumb. With a forehead that it grew horns from. Still a white shirt. Pulling up in a Chrysler to the cipher with the light shirt. Lyrical technician, an electrician. Y'all light work. And I don't gotta play pretend. It's you I make believe. And you know I'm here to stay, cause me, if I was to ever take a leave, it would be aspirin to break a fever. If I was to ask for Megan D Stallion, if she would collab with me, would I really have a shot at a feat? I don't know, but I'm glad to be back like abracadabra. And for my last trick, I'm about to reach in my back, bruh. Like abracadabra. And for my last trick, just like that, and I'm back, bruh. Now back in the days of old me, right around the time I became ate some as a way of coping. Take the case of turned me into smiley face emoji. May not be age appropriate, but I will fit an 8-year-old indeed with a participation trophy. Yes, I have zero doubts that this whole world's bound to turn into some Girl Scouts. That censorship bureau's out. So when I started this verse, it did start off lighthearted at first, but it feels like I'm targeted. Mind-boggling how my profit is skyrocketed. Look what I pocketed. Yeah, it's just like y'all have been like jogging in. I've been running at full speed, and that's why I'm ahead like my noggin. I'm the fight y'all get in when you debate who the best, but I'm some white. I step up to that mic, cock it then. Oh my God, attention, chicken down again. Abracadabra. And for my last trick, I'm about to reach in my back, bruh. Like abracadabra. And for my last trick, just like that, and I'm back, bruh. Break it down. Sometimes I wonder what the old me say. mission to the thin air as I'm leaving like abracadabra. And for my last trick, I'm about to reach in my back, bro. Like abracadabra. And for my last trick, just like that, and I'm back, bro.
One in a million. All right now. Since birth, I've been shooting from a cannon. Mid-flight, here to recite, I ain't landing. Handles like a vandal at night, you can't grab it. Fire underneath my hood is outstanding. Blast through a wall of bricks like Superman did. Ain't nothing holding me back but me standing. So I'ma take off right now from this planet. The new sound has been found in yo. I don't know what you've been told, but I ain't gonna stop till I break the mold. You see, I'm born in the music. I wanna